Chances are if you've clicked on this video, you're looking for a travel tripod. Well, spoiler alert, the Peak Design travel tripod is the only one you want to go with.
We're going to give you tips on whether you want to go with the carbon fiber or the aluminum version. If you want to save a little weight, go with the carbon fiber. If you want to save the penny, go with that one.
Why don't we show these people our tips on using this though first?
Let's do it.
So our major use of this tripod is mainly backpacking and travel. And when it comes to backpacking and travel, weight is a key feature. And so Sage is going to show you how we carry our tripods when we're out in the backcountry trying to get the best shots possible.
So the easiest way I think personally to put it on your backpack is to open one of your legs and stick it on your waist strap just like that, and then you can tighten your pack after you get done and it fits perfectly there and it's very comfortable. You don't even notice that it's there. So the reason I carry it in the side like this is because it is super easy to access and just unlock all of the sections and pull it out and set it up, because when you're hiking with a big group of people, you do not want to hold them up for any longer than what you have to. And just like that, it's done. It's set up. Put your camera in there and you're filming.
Now I've done 40 miles at the Ray Lakes Loop out in California. I carried it that same way and never once did I find it something that bothered me. So this way, if you're a backpacker or you use a hip strap backpack, it's definitely the best way to carry it for quick access. And so maybe it's a good point for us to talk about the next awesome feature of Peak Design products in general, along with that shoulder strap clip that you have, is the mounting plate is universal among all their like travel equipment. And so it's as simple as literally taking it, popping it in, and then locking it down, and your camera is up, you hit record, you're ready to roll. Within a span of what, 15 seconds, you're getting the shot.
Literally 15 seconds compared to like a minute or so with any other tripod.
So maybe our next question, Sage, if we've convinced them at this point, they're gonna look at the price option and realize that the carbon fiber is a lot more expensive than the aluminum. So I think Peak Design tries to sell their product, the difference between the two. The main draw of the carbon fiber is that it's more durable, more stable, and more rugged. And I think if you just compare our two tripods where we've both hiked multiple miles, in fact, Sage might even has more miles on this tripod than I have on mine.
I think I have double the amount of miles.
Yeah, way more. And we'll do some close-up shots of this. Mine is way more dinged up than his. And then something that a backpacker, maybe someone who's in here looking for a specific travel or hiking option would like to know is the weight difference. And this tripod is noticeably lighter. I'll put the numbers up about how much lighter it is, but when you pick them up, you do notice a difference. And when you're hiking 12, 15 miles a day over the thousands and maybe tens of thousands of steps you take, that's gonna be a difference on your body. But maybe we should look into the claim that it's more stable.
Yeah.
So we know it's more durable or more rugged, but should we check out and see if it's actually more stable?
I think we should.
Super corny high five.
So next is the question everybody's asking. Is the carbon fiber more stable than the aluminum tripod? We're gonna find out. And we're gonna do it on a Caterpillar D8.
All right, now that that nonsense is done, let's go over some of the results. And I guess to give you a little bit of our process here and how we decided to measure the stability of these tripods, we set each of them up on top of that Caterpillar D8. And we did a 1, 5, and 20-second exposure with the engine on and with the engine off for both tripods. It was the same camera, same lens, everything else was pretty much the same. We chose this Caterpillar D8 because we wanted like a constant vibration. And we thought the wind could be unpredictable. We wouldn't know, maybe a 15-mile-an-hour gust might hit the aluminum tripod, whereas a 15-mile-an-hour gust may not hit the carbon fiber tripod during the test. So we tried to get something sort of consistent. And we thought that this big diesel engine would have enough vibration to affect the steadiness of the tripod. And it did in fact do that. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so this one right here is the carbon fiber tripod without the engine running. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna punch in a little bit and we'll take a look at this. What I use when I judge this, I looked at the lettering and how clear it was. And I also kind of looked up here at the top where like the most contrast in the image is, this bright spot and then the dark spot above it. And I tried to see how that changed versus engine on, engine off, or with each tripod. So I'll pop back out for a second. We'll go in here. Now I'm cropped in crazy amounts here, so that's why these images are gonna be grainy. They're slightly underexposed to begin with too. Let's take a look. So 1 second carbon fiber without the engine. Take a look at that. Then we'll go 1 second carbon fiber with the engine running. And you can already see that that did create some sort of shake there. So I'll punch in a little bit for you. And right off the bat, you can see the blurriness up at the top of the can. It's substantial. And then you can also look down here and see the W on the word women is, I wouldn't call it impossible to read, punch out a little bit, but it's definitely fuzzy, okay? Which it's expected to be fuzzy. It was a 1 second with a substantial amount of vibration. Now let's take at the aluminum tripod. 1 second, no engine. Let's look at the 1 second engine running for the car, or for the aluminum. And automatically, yeah, I know there's a bunch of noise here, but you can kind of look and see. Here's what's odd. Let's go carbon fiber with the engine running. Get you a similar view. I'm looking up here at the top of the can. 1 second aluminum engine running. I don't know about you, but that actually looks more clear than the other one. That to me was surprising. I assumed that this would have been a much more blurry shot because the carbon fiber tripod is supposed to be more stable. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, why did this happen? So go back, here's 1 second carbon fiber, 1 second aluminum. Here's what I believe. I believe this constant vibration transferred better along the carbon fiber. Now hear me out. The carbon fiber, there is no doubt in my mind that the carbon fiber is higher quality and it's pieced together better. The aluminum tripod feels a little more loose when you have the clips open and extended and then you clamp them down. It just feels a little more loose. So perhaps, again, this is my unscientific opinion trying to be scientific, perhaps that aluminum, those little connections between each of the clamps on there not being as tight sort of transferred the vibration or dissipated it out. And I know there's probably someone who seriously understands this physics and science and stuff that knows the word I'm looking for, but I just feel like some of that is lost on the way up the legs because it's not as tight and well put together. The carbon fiber is superior to the aluminum one. There is no doubt in my mind about that. When you pull it out and you clamp it down, it feels more sturdy. It doesn't flex as much. There's not a tiny bit of play among each of the legs. You can feel when you slide it out that it's already a little bit more secure. And then it's not that it slides harder, it just feels more together than the aluminum one. Now, Sage also used his carbon fiber tripod on a pretty windy day. So I'm gonna put some footage of Sage using his carbon fiber tripod on a breezy day. And you'll notice the screen sort of shake every once in a while. And it could just be the wind hitting it and kind of tilting it or pressing it into the grass a little bit and then falling back. I am confident enough to say between using these that the carbon fiber is superior. So let's go back to Sage's house and let's get some final thoughts on this. So I know we started out the video telling you that Peak Design is the tripod you want to roll with if you're into travel or backpacking. I think the decision between aluminum or carbon fiber comes down to if you have the money or if you care about the weight that much. And I guess maybe the better question is, do you value that weight saved at the price that Peak Design is asking for it? I can tell you that I'm very satisfied with my aluminum one, and I'm sure Sage would probably say he's satisfied with his
I'm
carbon
extremely satisfied with mine. Not only that, I see how banged up his is because he's probably hard on it, but he always tells me he's super easy with it, and he's only had it for half the amount of time I have, and mine looks brand new.
Brand new. So there you have it, a gear review from Saddle River Co-op. Our main go-to tripod we use to film. Sage uses it for a ton of different usages. Mine is mainly for backpacking. And you know, if you feel so inclined, if you would love to do it, why don't you hit that like button, maybe subscribe for us, because the higher those numbers go on each of our videos, the higher the chance is that my wife will actually let me go on the next one. I think that's a little bro code, right?
It is.
So bros, help me out, and lady bros.